All right, it's time to add some pages to your website that'll be useful for communicating with your students and their parents. So the first one we're going to add is a daily schedule and class calendar. So I'm just here on my home page. I'm going to go to New Page, call this one Daily Schedule and Calendar. Please make sure to spell calendar correctly. Then we're going to do the web page template and keep it at the top level. Create that page. And let's get started by adding a daily schedule. So most teachers, the good ones, have a daily schedule that they follow so that we establish something of a routine within our classes. So I'm going to start with that daily schedule and just pop in a little title here. Maybe increase the font so it's noticeable, bold it. You can play with that as you want. And then I'm going to use a table to organize this. You don't necessarily have to, but it's going to keep everything looking neat and organized rather than kind of scattered and using spaces to format things, which we never want to do. So I'm going to use a table, insert the table, make it 2 columns. One side will have the times, the other the activities, and then give it several columns. As you can see in this menu here, you can add, see, insert columns, insert rows, etc., and also take them away later if you need to, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just add several. And then I'm going to go ahead and say time. Oh, you know what? That's too big. Let's pop that down. And we'll say activity in this one. Notice that it's resizing to the content that is in that box. Now the tables we're going to be using are very, very simple. You're going to have a border. It'll expand to fit the content that's in it, and it's going to be left justified. Those are the restrictions we're working with. You can change that if you go over here and go into the HTML. You can actually get rid of the border, you can center the table, you can do all kinds of stuff, but you will need to know a little HTML coding to do that. That's why I'm not requiring you to do that at this point. All right, so our daily schedule. In my class, I like to start out, I need to change my font size really fast. There we go. Let's drop this down to 10 point and not bolded. Okay, so I like to start my day, oh my goodness, this is not cooperating, with a little bit of silent sustained reading. So I'm going to have that as my first thing. So that just means that when kids come in, they're going to read, which is really lovely. I like that to happen. All right, and then we're going to do silent sustained reading during that time period. Okay, I'm going to drag this out. Let's make that wider. So you can use these handles to kind of drag things, make the table the size that you want a little bit. All right, so from 8:15 to 8:30, I like to have morning meeting. That's really what I like to do with my time during that period. So that's a time when we just sit down and we talk about things, we go through maybe some differences in the schedule for that day, etc. I like having a little bit of space in my table so it looks nice. You can do that by dragging or by hitting enter a couple of times. All right, so you just keep going through like that. What would we do next? We'd probably do about 45 minutes or so of math. Okay, so you just keep going like that. Get your day planned out. For ideas, go ahead and search for other people's class schedules. So here's one over here that I already searched up. Here's Mrs. Urbanek's 6th grade classroom, and that's her schedule for the day. Okay, so I want you to put one in like that, and she actually used a Google site as well. You might recognize this template. And then at the bottom you'll notice she has her specialty rotation, her specials. I don't know why she has 6 days. This is an interesting school apparently. But they go to music, they go to PE, they go to art. You may have some other things that you work on as well. Okay, library is often a specialty that our kids go to, etc. All right, so we've got our daily schedule set up. I'm going to come down below that. Obviously you're going to need to fill yours in for the school day. But the next thing we're going to put in here, oh yeah, and I'd have my specialties rotations in here. The next thing I'm going to put in is my calendar that I made. So you go up to the insert menu, right? Anytime we want to put something in a page, we go to insert and then calendar over on the right. That'll bring up a list of the Google calendars that you have created. Okay, so you probably don't have as many as I do, but just scroll down and find the calendar that you made for your class. I'm going to pull in this little Spanish 1 calendar. Click select, and then it'll ask you a few things. How big do you want it to be? You can leave the height at 600, that's fine. You can also change the width. I prefer to leave that at 0 or empty. That means that it'll fill the whole page no matter how they resize it, okay? You can also display another calendar. If you wanted to add the US holidays or something, you could do that. And then the view can be changed as well. Do you want to show a week at a time, the month view, or an agenda view that has a list of what's coming up? So any of those are fine. Choose your time zone. We are Mountain Standard Time, Denver. So find that one. There we go. And then you can decide what information you want it to show, okay? Click Save, and you're going to get one of those ugly gray boxes. That means the gadget is in there. Now if we click Save, and you see your page, you've got this lovely table with your activities. Yours should have a list of specialties here. I was lazy. And then we've got our calendar embedded in there so they can see what's going on. All right, so that's how you go about creating your daily schedule and calendar page. Enjoy.